Ozark, Alabama. Welcome to the Doghouse. Yeah! Well, you know me, that nigga Yoda Double G always kicks that shit stiff doggy style. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its 7th time WWF Tag Team Champions of the World. The Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaw. At 224 pounds for 1 pound heavier than his other opponent, from Ohio, this match is set for 1 fall, 1 hour time limit. Independent wrestling fans, welcome once again to another fantastic edition of Front Row Fanatics. I'm the Gargoyle. I'm hanging out here with my close personal friend, sorry David Prime, and my next close personal friend, the Mullet Master, Jimmy Johnson here. We're going to do a review of the Elite CW wrestling show that took place on September 17th in Ozark, Alabama at the Ozark Civic Center. Now, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my man Zadok, the Prince of Darkness, who made this road trip with me and the Mullet Master to Ozark, but is a bit under the weather and couldn't attend tonight to participate in the review. Big Cheech, he had some football going on with Little Cheech, so hey, that's the way it is. But we're front row and we roll together. So right now we're gonna start taking match number 1. Let it rip,
get well, Zadok. Get well.
That's right.
First match of the night was Kyle Matthews versus Mike Posey. First time I've seen both these guys. I heard a lot about Kyle Matthews.
Right.
I've seen some videos of him, and I even seen him in the magazine. I think the Pensacola Wrestling Illustrated. But first time I've seen both these guys, and pretty good match. It was a pretty evened out, basic match.
Solid. That's all right. Relax. Have some more mullet juice. My man Mullet Master here, he's a little uptight because he's on the spot here with just me and him, but it's all good, man. It's all good.
Cheech left me.
That's right. Cheech and Zadok let you hanging high and dry, man. What can we say? Good solid match to open up the show, man. 2 guys, not large physically imposing individuals, but 2 guys that could actually wrestle. They had gear, they were in shape, they went out there, they grappled, got the show off on a good foot, on the right foot, good start, whatever. We're drinking dark, evil mullet juice tonight, too, so if we're stuttering, buttering, slamming, jamming, slinging, jinging, and all that, ow! Poor IP just took it in the shoulder from the cabinet over there, man. All sorts of action happening here in the front row studio tonight. But anyway, good match to open up the show, and I believe that Kyle Matthews beat Mike Posey with a nice drop kick to the face and then rolled him up for the pin.
That was a nice combo he had there in the corner.
Absolutely.
I was impressed with that.
So
nice.
for an opening match, you look at these guys and a lot of people would think, well, they're not very big, but they were 2 solid, skilled individuals, got the show off on the right foot, so I enjoyed it. Kyle Matthews gets the win.
Agreed.
Next match.
Next match was the tag team match with the New Age Outlaws versus the Usual Suspects. This match kind of took a long time to get started. You know, it always does when you got the Outlaws, I guess, involved.
I hear you.
But I was really looking forward to seeing the Usual Suspects in some hardcore action there, really get into it, but didn't get so far into it. But there's some big dudes.
Indeed, indeed. They are a well-traveled independent tag team. They've held various titles in the NWA all over the country against, as everybody knows who, you know, the New Age Outlaws are, Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Badass Billy Gunn. You know, and I too was kind of a little disappointed in this match. A lot of stalling.
Yeah, a lot of stalling, a lot of talking, a lot of dancing, a lot of...
Yeah, you know, a lot of jitterbugging and all that stuff, and not enough action. But, you know...
It was entertaining, but I wanted to see some action, especially these guys, the Usual Suspects. I was looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, you know, I bought a cool Usual Suspects t-shirt for $12. So when you go to these independent shows, support these independent wrestlers. Hit the gimmick tables, man. Buy some merchandise from these guys. Show some support for their hard work and their effort. That's right, drink some more of this dark, evil mullet juice, man, you know. Like I said, I would have liked to see this match go a little bit longer, get a little bit more physical, but, you know, what can you say? You had the New Age Outlaws, 7-time WWE Tag Team Champions. You had the Usual Suspects, well-traveled tag team on the indie scene. They put on a pretty good match, you know. Second match helped get the show going. You know, what more can I say?
Right, and I seen you got a good hot tag from Billy Gunn, coming there, clean house up, and then AJ, I think it was AJ Steele coming there, hitting with a chair, took him out, and then it's set up for the next month's match coming up with the for the Tag Team Championship of the World for the Elite CW Championship for the tag.
And yeah, World Tag Team, Elite CW Tag Team. We don't know. You know, it was a long evening for us, and it's been a long evening tonight, so, you know, forgive us if we miss a few of the intimate details on this show, but...
that was a real long evening for that show.
Yes, and we'll get into that later on as we go on this review, but, you know, the bottom line was the Outlaws won by DQ. The Usual Suspects was whooping some ass with some chairs, and I think this is only the beginning of a feud between these two tag teams. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, we move on to match number 3, which was Jimmy Rave versus Corey Hollis. My first time personally seeing either one of these guys, and that was a dang good match. That was a really good matchup between these two guys. I think the Booker did an excellent job of putting these two together.
Absolutely, Jimmy Rave, who has been on TNA as part of the Rock and Rave connection with Christy Hemme and what was his name? He was at one time Dallas. He was Lance Hoyt. He's a big giant guy, you know. He's also been in Ring of Honor as part of the Embassy. Jimmy Rave is a talented wrestler. He was one of the guys I was most excited about to see in the show because I have not seen him wrestle live and in person. And this match between he and Corey Hollis delivered, man. Excellent match. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I really hope I get a chance to see both these guys in action again.
And there was a lot of Jimmy chants in the audience, and I know it all wasn't for me. It was some for him, but it was...
Well, it wasn't for you?
Not all of it.
Come on, man. I thought all the Alabama people was chanting for the Mullet Master, Jimmy Johnson.
But it felt good. I felt welcome when they started.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. You know, so... you know, all in all, like I said, a great match between these guys. I love some Jimmy Rave. He's an excellent heel. You know, he even gave me the finger when I was cheering for him. And I was one of the few guys that was cheering for him in the whole building. He still gave me the finger, man. But that's okay. I'm still a big Jimmy Rave fan. I've watched a lot of his work between Ring of Honor and between TNA. And it was a privilege for me to get a chance to finally see him live in action here on the indie scene. So I enjoyed it. Another solid match. Right. You know.
Corey Hollis didn't come away with the win, but I had to mention one thing. He come up and he hit the guy with a good combo with a super kick to a gut wrench backbreaker. And that was a
sweet. That was sweet. You will see video on that. And it was awesome. Corey Hollis is definitely a talented individual on the independent wrestling scene. And any promoter around here, if you get a chance, book this guy, man. He's got talent. He can deliver in the ring. Hell, book Jimmy Rave too, man. You know, I mean, two guys. Great match, man. Great match. You know, getting the crowd pumped up there in the Ozark Civic Center. And
That was just a hell of a combo. I had to mention that. That's props to that. That was a good combo.
Absolutely. And we always want to give well-deserved props to guys when they do something good because we always pick fun at them when they mess up. Give them props when give them props when they do something good. So.
Right. And Jimmy Rave ended up taking the win on that match with a clothesline from hell. That was.
Woo!
That was a close. Yeah, he was slapping down the Gargoyle area there.
Ooh, I hear you, man. I hear you. I thought he was going to come out and steal my beer, but I mean. Wait, was Murray there? I noticed beer.
I seen Murray there, but
that's why the beer cooler kept getting empty. Murray, I got my eye on you, man. I got my eye on you.
I seen him sneaking around the arena. And
I hear you. I hear you. Well, moving on.
Moving on to match number 4, David Young versus Luke Gallows, and that was I was expecting more, honestly. I hate to say it, but I was expecting more. It was a pleasure to see Luke Gallows, though, his big name wrestler. I heard a lot about David Young. I was really wanting to see that spine bust I've heard so much about.
Absolutely.
Didn't get to see that, but it wasn't the best match of the night, but it was.
This is true. You've got David Young, who's been a TNA superstar and all along the independent scene. You've got Luke Gallows, who's been in the WWE. I believe he was in the NXT or Nexus or something to do with the WWE. I'm not a big WWE fan, so if I get the information wrong, it's not an insult to you, Luke Gallows, because you're a big guy, and I don't want you to come squash me or pop me like a pimple. But, hey, I'm not a big WWE fan, but I, too, was expecting more out of this match.
I'm not saying that because the match wasn't good. The match was good. I was expecting more from Luke Gallows, being the big name that he was.
Right.
Hearing a lot about him, I was really expecting a really good matchup, and it wasn't there for me.
No, hey, we call it like we see it. We're not here to sugarcoat it. We say what's on our mind,
Right.
And it's no disrespect to anybody, but we as fans, we have a voice in saying what we think about the show, what we think about the wrestlers, and our opinions, Now, do they give two rats' asses about what we got to say? Probably not.
Oh, of course they do. They do.
Yeah, well, because Vince McMahon is always calling us all the time, and we're tired of taking his phone calls, but, but regardless, we're not here to sugarcoat it. If we like something, we'll tell you. If we don't, we'll tell you. That's what we're here for, to give the fans, in our opinion, which you may or may not agree with, an honest assessment of the show. And for me, and for the Mullet Master, this match was lacking a bit, considering the talent and, star power, shall we say, of the two guys involved, but what can you say?
I'm not so sure what the David Young come out there, talking about being a loser, and I'm not sure where that come from, but my first time seeing him, but it was kind of a.
This is true. I was not sure where he was coming off with that promo or not, that was like out of left field, but what can you say? I've seen David Young in Panama City at WIW. Pops out to Pretty Boy Donnie in the crowd there in Panama City. We will be back there soon, eventually, believe it or not. Seen David Young on TNA, Luke Gallows you've seen on TV, but like we said, overall, pretty good match, but kind of left us hanging.
I agree.
So at this time, the Mullet Master and I are going to get some fresh mullet juice. We're going to throw in some thanks to our sponsors, which is Mullet Master, Johnson'sCastNets.com is one of them, and whoever else, Big Cheech, who's feeling a little under the weather behind the camera, is going to put in there. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here I stand in front of a classic traditional tattoo parlor. This man here has helped me out more times than anybody else on my show. Pat here, he owns this tattoo shop here at 567 South Main Street. If you need any kind of tattoos done, come see Big Pat. He does great work. I've seen it myself. He's also got another guy here named Teron who does great work also. Like I said, 567 South Main Street. Come see this man, Big Pat.
Good evening, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans. Welcome once again to the Front Row Fanatics. I'm the Gargoyle. And sitting in for my usual tag team partner, the most interesting man in the world, Cheech, who's behind the lens tonight, is the Mullet Master, baby. And we are reviewing the Elite CW show that took place on September 17th at the Ozark Civic Center.
What a nice arena.
Yeah, nice arena. That's true. A nice place to have a show. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the Mullet Master, man.
Well, moving to match number 5, which is Eugene versus Michael Steele. That was a pretty quick match. There was some interference going on with the manager. Got some knuckles involved there and laid Eugene out, so we didn't get to see a big drawn-out match. And then, before we knew it, Bad to the Bone music hit. And the Bullet came out to save the day. And
that's right.
It was pretty quick from there, and they set up another match where they're going to do some tag work together, so that was...
That's right. Bad to the Bone, WWE Hall of Famer Bullet Bob Armstrong came out to save Eugene as Michael Steele and his cheesy manager, Dirty Bird, Dirty Chicken, whatever his name was, who cares? Some scrawny little weasel, man.
With a hairy back.
Yeah, with a very hairy back. You know, he came out to save the day and help Eugene out, setting up a tag match at the next show in October. I believe that's on the 9th.
Right.
Okay.
Nose to nose, toes to toes.
That's right, baby. You know, the Bullet saying, you want to get in there and get something and have your little cheesy manager? He was ready to rumble. He came out and saved the day to help Eugene, much to the crowd's delight there in Ozark. And as Mullet Master said, it was a short match. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to see Eugene work a little more. And Michael Steele, he's a veteran of the independent scene around here. And he's been, you know, CSW, he's been WIW, he's been up in OVW, up there in Tennessee and all over the place, you know. Good solid wrestler, but, you know, once again, I was a little bit let down on the duration of this match. But, you know, what can you say? The fans were excited when Eugene got saved by Bullet Bob and setting up this feud building to the next show in October. So.
And as the Bullet said, jackasses can't run with racehorses. That was,
woo! This is true.
That's going to be, that might be exciting. I'm glad to tune in to see that.
And let me tell you, as someone who has been a recipient of Bullet Bob Armstrong, the WWE Hall of Famer's chops, I feel sorry for that cheesy little manager, man. You know, Michael Steele's a pretty big, healthy guy, but God help that Dirty Bird, Choky Chicken, or whatever his name is. If the Bullet gets a hold of you, oh, he's going to go down, baby. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, well, we'll move on to the main event of the night, which is match number 6, Al Snow with Head.
What does everybody need?
Head!
What does everybody love?
Head!
What does everybody want?
Head!
Hell yeah! Al Snow and Head, baby.
And he took on Stevie Richards with Becky Kennedy at his side.
The Bust Delicious one.
And see, Snow had problems to start with keeping Head in her corner. She was one to get in some action.
That's right. Head was feisty, man. She was feisty all about that. I tried to get Al Snow to let me touch Head earlier there when we were taking photos, but he said, nobody touches Head but me, so I can respect it.
I tried right after you did, because I figured he said no to you, he might let me do it. He didn't let me slide either.
Nah.
He wasn't having it.
No, Al Snow wasn't having it. None of us was getting to touch Head, so, but...
And we got, Becky did not come to our ringside.
Yes, what was up with that? What was up with that?
We got no video, no pictures to Becky staying on the other side.
Yes, we are upset. Bust Delicious one, we were there. We saw she had some thigh-high stockings going on with some high heels.
Heels?
You know, she had some, and all us man guys would have been digging. And she didn't even come in on our side of the ring so we could get some video or some photos. So shame on you, Bust Delicious one. I mean, I understand you're there working with, you know, WWE, TNA, ECW, you know, guys, Stevie Richards and everything. Hey, don't forget about us guys who've been following you for a long time, man. So
right on.
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, the match went back and forth a little while, and you know, had to keep Head out of there because she was trying to get involved. And
I'm telling you,
the ref got shoved into the mix there, got put down, and they had Richards took a chair shot and took it to the mat and laid down like it was hit by Snow. And Snow realized he did the same thing. They both lay on the ring. The referee didn't know what the hell was going on. And it was mayhem, and then he tried to hit him with Head, and Snow took Head back and laid him out and got DQ'd for it. He got caught with the Head.
This is true.
But all in all, a pretty good match.
Absolutely. You know, good match between two guys that I have not seen live and who I am great fans of. Mainly I am fans of their ECW work, You know, I did dig the Dr. Stevie there, you know, in TNA, and I did dig the right to censor thing that he was there in the WWE, and Al Snow and ECW, and head, like Paul Heyman said, in the rise and fall of ECW. We gave him that head, and he took with it, and he ran with it, baby, you know. And we got to meet and take pictures with both these guys, two really nice guys that would sit there and actually take the time to talk with some fans and show a little appreciation for the people who enjoy the work that they do, man. You know, all I can say is 2 thumbs up for Stevie Richards, Al Snow, and Eugene also, man. They were gracious with us, took photos with us, took the time to talk with us, man, you know. That was one of the best parts of this show for me, you know.
I agree. It was nice to meet him, nice to talk with him, nice to get pictures.
Who won the match? I'm drinking this evil juice, I don't remember, so.
Steve Richards got the win by DQ for
so
him getting involved, which he tried to use first, but
yes, he did.
The referee didn't see that, so it goes to Steve Richards.
That's right. Stevie Richards gets the Duke over Al Snow in head. You know, he had the Bustalicious one in his corner. So, you know, they're setting up a rematch for the next show, October 9th there at Center Stage, which is on a Sunday this time, not a Saturday. So you wrestling fans, keep that in mind, you know. I don't know if you can see this right here. I'm drinking dark evil mullet juice and stuff. Carlito's going to be there along with Stevie Richards and Al Snow, the Bullet, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and a few other people. You know, Christopher Daniels is supposed to be there.
Yeah, he was mentioned to be there. I didn't hear it again, but he's on the card.
We shall find out, you know. So overall, you know, that's basically what down with the Elite CW show. So now we're going to talk about, excuse me, we're going to talk about match of the night, runner-up, overall opinion of the shows, goods, bads, and uglies, whatever. So you want to go first, or you want to go first?
My match tonight had to go to Al Snow and Stevie Richards, just because I'm a big mark for Al Snow, and it was a good match for me. First time seeing the guys, got to talk to them before the show, got to meet them, so I'm a little biased on that, but match of the night for sure. And I think my runner-up's going to be, oh gosh, that Kyle Matthews looked pretty good. But I'm going to go with Jimmy Rave and Corey Hollis. That was a good matchup. I mean, they really paired up well together, and it was a good, entertaining match. And first time seeing both of them, so that's going to be my runner-up of the night.
Well, once again, as we always say, great minds think alike. Those were my 2 picks for match of the night. Al Snow and Stevie Richards with match of the night, and Jimmy Rave and Corey Hollis getting the runner-up. You know, I mean, you know, not only are we fans, but we're friends, so we have some common likes and dislikes or whatever. But, you know, we picked the same match of the night, same runner-up, so what can we say? You know, overall, I enjoyed the experience of my first Elite CW show. But, you know, we're going to talk about a few of the good things and a few of the bad things about this event that took place in Ozark. So,
first of all, props to Jason. He did a great job, great card. I was really looking forward to the show. He had some problems. It was out of his control, of course.
Absolutely. You know, he had a good, solid stat card. But, you know, we got there. We're ready to cut some promos and stuff. We call him, yo, Jason, we're here. And, you know, all of a sudden, unfortunately, the guy bringing the first ring was in a head-on collision accident. Wiped out his truck, wiped out his ring. Oh my God, you know. Fortunately, the gentleman involved bringing the ring and everything, he's okay. Happy, healthy, no problems. They call the backup ring. Well, the backup ring guy got lost, and he's in Birmingham, Alabama, 4 hours away from when the show started. So they went to the third backup plan, you know. And they got a ring there. The show started like 2 hours late, you know, which was really, really sucking the life out of the crowd, you know.
For us, we knew what was going on, so we had understanding. But those fans that paid the money were sitting there for 2 hours waiting. They had no idea. There were some people wanting to walk out.
Right,
I'm sure
wanting their money back and everything else.
Because they didn't know the details like we did.
Exactly, you know.
And I can understand that. If I was a fan, I would have been upset.
Absolutely, you know, we don't profess to be in the biz or nothing. We just happen to have a little inside information on this, so we understood. You know, the people at Elite CW did a great job with a great card and had everything set up in a great building, great concession, everything. Sometimes you just have what they call one of those shows. Unfortunately, this happened to be one of those shows. Not one, but 2 rings couldn't make it. They went to ring number 3. You know, finally 2 hours later, they get the show started. You know, it was obvious due to the late start that they had to cut short some of the matches and rearrange the cards due to prior commitments and everything. And if I'm going to be honest, and I will, the price I paid for the ringside seat was not worth the show that we went to. Now, on the other hand, I will say I'm honest enough that I will give Elite CW another chance, you know, when things will be better. Because like I said, you can't help a guy bringing the ring, gets in a head-on collision, some guy runs into him. I mean, what's the promoter to do? So
the matches were cut short, but all in all, it was very
yes, the quality was there.
Right.
They had good sound. The ring announcer could enunciate clearly. You know, good solid wrestling all the way around. They had to do what they had to do because of circumstances beyond their control. So, with that being said, Elite CW's next show will be the Revenge Sunday on October 9th at Center Stage. Unfortunately for me, being on a Sunday, I will not be able to attend. I can't speak for the Mullet Master.
I may be able to make that, Matt. I may be able to make that. Give it another shot and check it out.
Or Cheech or anybody else. But rest assured, the Front Row Fanatics will give Elite CW another shot, because like I said, they had a solid quality card lined up. Unfortunate bad circumstances happened that, you know, were detrimental to the quality of the show. So, you know.
I had a problem.
Yes.
Camera on the stick guy, you suck.
That's right.
He was in
camera on the stick guy.
all night long. He was there.
You can't tell me. I understand, and as fans and people who film video and stuff, we understand, but you can't tell me you couldn't walk around to the other side of the ring during that whole show. Every single match we had to watch your ass in our face and hanging on with the stick in the camera. Come on now, dude, give us a break, bro.
Zadok did get some nice pictures of him.
Absolutely. Zadok got lots of nice. He's lucky Zadok didn't come out there and bust him in his eyeball, but, you know, I mean, come on, dude. If you're a professional camera guy, you don't stay on one side of the ring. You work the whole side of the ring. You get the whole crowd. That was one of the few other detrimental things that happened there at the Elite CW Championship Wrestling show there. But overall, you know, like I said, the talent was there, the quality was there, the professionalism was there. They just happened to have one of those aw shit nights to where things beyond their control happened and took away from the quality of the show.
Right. And they need to buy the referee, one of the referees needs a belt.
Yes, because we don't want that crack kills. Ah! We were trying to think about throwing popcorn or peanuts down his butt crack, man, because it was nasty.
But the camera and the stick guy was in the way, we couldn't even do that.
Yeah, so he took our fun away too, but you know, all in all, I would wholeheartedly recommend that fans, if you get a chance to go see Elite Championship Wrestling in Ozark or Dothan or wherever they're running, give them a chance. You know, this last particular show didn't work out as good as they liked, but they've got a high quality card lined up for the next show on October 9th there at Center Stage. You know, with Carlito and here, I'm sorry, I'm drinking this evil juice. Stevie Richards, Eugene, Christopher Daniels, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn. You know, I mean, there's going to be some quality people there. Take the time to go check these guys out. Support independent wrestling, man. You know, they're out there, and the Ozark Arena was a nice place for a show, you know.
It was a real nice place. And props for Jason. I feel bad talking about it. He did a great job for what he had to work with. I didn't get to meet him because he was so
busy.
Out, so
yeah,
busy.
He walked from the minute he walked in that door. That poor guy. It was balls to the wall. He was working his ass off, trying to make the best experience he could for the fans, you know. And unfortunately, this wasn't his best effort. But I expect a lot more good things from Elite CW in the future.
I agree. I'm looking forward to checking some more shows out and meeting Jason.
Absolutely. He's a nice guy. I did get a chance to talk with him briefly. So, anything else you want to talk about?
I think that pretty much covers it.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll see you in the front row.